Alright, so we made it to Summit, made it back from Summit, you know, test driving, running this thing around a little bit. We put some miles on it, but I've been fighting issues after issues after issue. So, when we did our Summit run, I realized the gear ratio in this thing was just way too high, and I knew it was really high. It was like a 263 or something, so super high. I knew it. I thought it'd be okay just to do the power tour and stuff, but it was geared so high that even at 80 mile an hour in overdrive, it was still lugging really bad. We could have run third gear if third gear would have gone into lockup, but I haven't reset the Holley Terminator system to let it lock up in third. I'm going to do that now. But anyway, when I got back, I decided I was just going to order 390 gears and a posi unit and go that route. Everything was good on the trip other than that. I just was not happy with the rear end gears. So ordered those, got them in, set them up in about 4 hours. We had that thing set up and together. I was in such a time crunch that I didn't get any video on this stuff, you know, because basically I was putting these things in. The rear end gears went in last Friday evening, and so I had about a week before we left for power tour, and I thought I was going to be okay, but it's been, you know, I've been trying to drive the car. We were driving the car, everything was good. I started to do some more tuning on it and stuff like that, and we had a transmission issue. Like I said, I've rebuilt this transmission. I've gone through it. I did shift kits. The first time I put the transmission in, I wasn't happy with it, so I pulled it out and I did a lot more to it. You know, the transmission was supposed to be built. I put it together. I was not happy with it. All I did was just do a basic rebuild to it, and because it was supposed to be high performance, but so I didn't go into it like I normally would on a high performance tranny. I just assumed that the other company did. They did not. Was not up to what I thought it needed to be for this much horsepower. So it wasn't shifting firm enough. It wasn't holding the gears. Anything above 5,500 RPMs, it would start pushing through the clutches so I decided to pull it back out, build it my way, put it back in. It's amazing. It shifts firm. It holds every gear. Whatever. Should have done that in the first place. That was my fault. I should have never gone with what somebody else did, and you know, but I was in a rush. This whole thing has been just a rush to get done for power tour. So that brings us to the next leak on the transmission. I pulled in after a car show on Tuesday. We went to just trying to drive this thing, and the next morning, so Wednesday, I took this to the shop, threw it on the rack, just checking everything out, and I realized that we had a transmission leak, and it was a pretty good one. Blowing transmission fluid all over the bottom of the car, the exhaust. Not good at all. So put it up in the air, and it's leaking from the front, you know, pump area, bell housing. And I looked up inside, and sure enough, it was soaking wet in there. Can't tell if it's front seal or the pump bolts themselves, because they have seals on them and they are known to leak. I don't know. I tore it back apart, pulled it out, ordered seals for it. You know, mind you, this is Wednesday, and today is Saturday. So Wednesday I pulled it back out, ordered all the seals, didn't get the seals till late Thursday. Put the front pump and everything in late Thursday. Put the tranny back in yesterday. And also ran into a drive shaft issue where I was having a vibration in my drive shaft. So instead of taking the drive shaft out and having it balanced, because I didn't want the car to be down for 3 or 4 days while the drive shaft was getting balanced, I didn't have time. I had them build me a new one. So I went and got the new one, put it in, ends up being too long. I gave them the right measurements. They cut the right measurements. The difference was I had 2 different yokes, and the one yoke was actually longer at the front than the other one. So it ended up being too long. So I had to do a bunch of cutting and machining on the yoke and everything else just to get this thing to go in, because like I said, at this point it's Friday night. you know, and we leave Sunday morning for Power Tour. So I don't know, I've been fighting like crazy trying to make this tour. So now it's Saturday evening. I'm wore out. I am beat. You know, I've been. It's been a struggle, man. It's been rough. So took all day today, loaded everything up, messed with the drive shaft some more. Oh, don't let me forget a step. So we get the drive shaft in. I drove it home last night. Everything was fine. You know, it's only like 3 miles from my shop. So I drive it home. Everything is fine. I finally get back to the shop this morning and get it up on the rack again, and here we go, we got another leak, puddle. So it's coming out the front seal, or I'm sorry, not the front seal, the rear seal on the drive shaft. So I'm like, you know, what the heck's going on now? So I lift it up. I'm thinking, you know, I just put a brand new seal on the rear tail too when I put this back together, so there should be no leaks. So I don't know. Now I'm like, oh boy, you know, it's just not meant to be to go on the Power Tour with this car. So basically what happened was the yoke I used had a bleed hole in the back cover where the seal, or that's not a seal, it's like a cup plug in the back of the yoke. I used an older style yoke and it had the hole in there, and basically I think the older stuff you would pack that with like a heavy grease and it would seal it off and it wouldn't leak. I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, if I told you for sure I'd be lying. But so basically what I had to do was pull the drive shaft out, had to take silicone and silicone that hole shut, because I'd like to have just welded it shut, but if I did that I would have had to broke the drive shaft down, pull the U-joint out, take a chance of breaking the U-joint or messing it up, and I don't have time for all that. Like I said, today is Saturday. We leave at 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow morning, so no time to screw around. So I siliconed it up, put it back in, just went and took it and got gas, filled it up, so we're ready to pull out in the morning. But you know, man, all the problems I've had with this thing, just little dumb stuff, nothing major, but it's been little dumb stuff the whole time. Everything's been fighting me, you know, even the spare tire. There's my spare tire, because it won't fit down in here where it's supposed to because it's too wide. So we are packed up. We got my trunk. The good thing is the third row seating down here folds up. I put a lot of my stuff in there, but you know, it's been rough. So right now we plan on going in the morning. We're going to meet up with a few people in the morning and go, and we're going to get some video of that. But I honestly did not have time to get the video that I needed to get, or we would have never got this thing done. You know, if I'd have been playing around with a camera, I wouldn't have got the work done, because I just got home. It is probably almost 8:30 or so, and I still got to get everything packed here at home. You know, the wife's been packing all day, so but we got to load the car tonight. And you know, we've been fighting with air shocks and everything else, because the back shocks, the back springs on this thing are really soft, so we put air shocks on it. Well, it had air shocks on it, and they were messed up. I had to tear those all apart. One had a broken cup on it, so I had to weld the cup back in because I couldn't get air shocks in time. And it's just been one thing after another with this. But anyway, I think we're ready. I threw some cardboard under the car, so if we don't have any leaks by morning, then we're heading out. You know, just a heads up, you know, because I know I've done a lot of work and didn't video it, but you know, as long as everything goes well, we'll get some cool video on Power Tour and stuff. But you know, there she is, all ready to go. She's sagging a little bit in the rear because she got some weight in it. Even with the air shocks on it, it was pretty, you know, sagging pretty good. But we got it done. Of course, I think everybody's already seen under the hood. 5.3 twin turbos. Not trying to be crazy fancy. This is no show car by any means. It's just a driver. We'll never win any car shows with it, but we might win a few races. So nobody will expect that to be under the hood. of this. So there she is. So anyway, we're gonna more than likely head out in the morning. Like I said, I've still got some packing to do, but we're gonna head out and meet up with everybody, and we head to Indianapolis first. So we're, I think, right around 5 hours, which, you know, isn't bad. I know a lot of guys coming from a long ways away to hit Power Tour, but we're about 5 hours for the first run just to get to Indianapolis, and so we're pretty close compared to most. But we're gonna head out in the morning. We'll let you guys know how it goes and how we're going along the way, and hopefully the next time I talk to you, we won't be broke down on the side of the road, but I'm not sure. Boy, I've got my doubts, and my brain's telling me stay home, but I don't know. It's time to experience it. You know, we've never got to do a full tour of it, so we're gonna try to make it happen. All right, guys, I'm out.